Hey friends, welcome to my channel, Heidi Sonboul Health. I'm sure if you've been following since the beginning, you are wondering, where have I been? If you come over to Instagram, you will know that I have been over there sharing all kinds of health updates. So make sure at the end of this video to come over to Instagram and say hi to me and see what's going on in my stories, because that is where I always keep everybody up to date, day to day, hour to hour, whenever I post stuff. But I am doing good. So many of you have been asking questions. Where am I? Am I still working on my health goals? Yes, and yes, I am still working on my health goals. But there have been some huge changes that I have been so excited to share with all of you. And before I got on here and I documented anything, I wanted to make sure that I had the things I was working on in check, because I really do take it as a responsibility. The things I put out there in this world, I want to make sure the things I'm sharing have value, are honest in what I'm doing, and just where you feel like you can trust me as a friend, because I'm not wanting to put anything out here that is fake, a lie. I just want you to get me as who I am as a person. All right, with all that being said, if you have not been watching me over on Instagram, you will not know that around the middle of April, I decided to become 100% vegan. Now, I've known for about 6 months now that I have had a mild case of an allergy to dairy starting to kick up. I would get really tight in my throat. I would feel sick anytime I ate anything that was too cheesy, greasy. I would end up feeling like I had to throw up or spend time in the bathroom. I'm not trying to be too gross on this video, so let's just try to keep human body facts in check, right, Heidi? But I would definitely get really sick. My stomach would really hurt. Anything, like I said, that had too much cheese on it. If it was a mild amount of cheese, I was okay. But anything that was like pizza, it would just tear me up and I would get really sick. So I noticed in the month of April, it started getting worse and worse and worse. And right around the middle of that month, I was super congested all through in here. My throat constantly felt just congested. And I felt that it wasn't the normal, I'm overweight, I'm having a hard time breathing. I noticed that it was past that. I felt at times like anxious, that I couldn't breathe as well, and I noticed that it was getting worse. There is something about me doing the 80% vegan and 20% vegetarian that helped me become aware of this. I think before that, I just was living a really unhealthy, crummy life all the time, and I would just accept the fact that I was always congested. And I was always okay with my stomach hurting after I ate certain things. But when I switched over to that 80% vegan, it was like it opened my eyes. So one day, if you were watching on Instagram, you will know that this all went down. One day I was sitting in carpool lane getting ready to pick up my son Calvin. We were nearing the end of the school year. It was a really crazy, stressful, busy time. It was actually, I think, 2 weeks after I had posted the last video on my channel, which I'm sure you were all thinking, Heidi's last video was all about eat that chocolate bunny and still lose weight. She must have fallen off the wagon. I didn't. I was still working on my health goals, but we were so busy at the time, I couldn't work on posting a video because it takes time to edit these videos. So I was still working on my health goals, and on Instagram I was sharing myself in the mornings working out on my Instagram stories. Anyway, the point is that I was sitting in carpool lane pickup, and it was like I finally gave myself permission to just let the dairy go. And it was the most bizarre but freeing feeling, because if you know me in our personal friendship, in my personal life, you will know that I have been addicted to dairy like my whole life. That was like my go-to when I needed protein. I craved it on everything that I ate. It's the main reason why I'm overweight, besides the fact that I'm an emotional eater. It just consumed me, and I craved it all the time. I tried to give it up a bunch of times in the past. I couldn't. I just would have the hardest time. I think the longest I went was 10 months, and then I found out I was pregnant with Miriam This was almost 6 years ago. And as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I was like, that's it, I quit. Gave up. Now, will I say, am I gonna be vegan forever? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, I know that right now, the weight I'm at, the health I'm at, my body does not want me having dairy. So that day, sitting in the car, pool lane pickup for Calvin, as I was sitting there, I thought, why? Why am I still eating this stuff? I feel so sick. I feel so crummy all the time. And in that very moment, I hopped on my stories and I said, friends, that's it. I'm making the commitment. I'm giving up dairy. So now fast forward to where I am now. I'm still here. I haven't had any dairy. There was definitely a lot of learning curves. There was one night I was making myself something to eat. I think I was like on day 4 of not eating any dairy. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna make myself, you know, a sandwich with this bread. And as I was pulling out the bread, oh, it said buttermilk on the bread. And I was like so mad because it was my favorite bread. And I realized that it was one of those things that had dairy in it. And I don't know why I didn't make the connection, but there was a lot of learning in that first week of what to be eating and what not to be eating. And then I started learning even more. So here's the scoop about being a vegan. Friends, I will testify. You can definitely be unhealthy and be a vegan. It's possible. I didn't think it was possible until I got around the first month that I had accomplished. I started to become aware of all of the treats and the things out there that vegans have, like substitute M&Ms. They have this really great one by this brand called Unreal, and it is unreal. I'm gonna tell you, it tastes almost identical to the peanut M&M that you can purchase. They are so delicious. They are so good. Oh, and then so delicious. There's this ice cream brand. It's not ice cream. It's so delicious. I don't know what you would call it, but it's basically a cold treat. It's a substitute for ice cream, and the brand is called So Delicious. And oh, wow, it's good. They have really yummy, yummy treat flavors. And again, if you sat down and ate the whole carton, you definitely could be overweight and be a vegan. So I just wanted to put that out there. I learned a lot of stuff as I was doing this whole journey throughout this last month and a half, actually almost getting close to 2 months. Anyway, one day after I had decided to go vegan, I knew that I needed to get to the grocery store. I went to one of our health nut grocery stores here, and I just went to go and see what I could find that would help me get through the rough parts when I was craving things like pizza, or I was craving an M&M, those kind of things, or ice cream. And I just went up and down the aisles in this one particular healthy store, and I found a ton of really great substitutes. Again, this is why I'm saying you can be a vegan and be overweight and be unhealthy. As I was going through the store and I'm putting things in my cart, I also realized, holy smokes, being a vegan, if you're buying this kind of food, is very expensive. I found a really great brand, thanks to my parents, they told me about it, of cheese that it's kind of funny because like every single bag says it actually melts, which that made me laugh because yeah, you do want your cheese to melt, and since this is a substitute, you do want it to melt. So there were certain things that I had eaten and tried over this last month and a half, like a grilled cheese sandwich with that cheese inside sourdough bread and vegan butter on it. It tastes like a grilled cheese sandwich. It was delicious. I didn't feel like I was missing out that night when my family had grilled cheese sandwiches. Again, you have to be careful with those calories. With all that being said, being a vegan, if you eat the wrong way, can be totally expensive. So it's one of the reasons why it's really important to make sure you don't consume a lot of those things. I'm learning that. And then also to make sure that when you are consuming food, you're eating a larger volume of your greens, taking out less of those grains and putting in more of the greens, and just finding the balance. So there is another vegan blogger, vlogger, YouTuber. I'm gonna link her down below. She has had some really great things that she's shared on her channel, and she's talked a lot about making sure that your caloric intake is not heavy based. Like, you want to be low on the calories, but have a huge bowl full of food, because we already have such little calories. You want to make sure you're finding the balance. So she has tons of food ideas out there on her channel, which were really helpful and really awesome. And they do taste legitimately really good. Again, that's coming from someone who's been a vegetarian her whole life, who likes vegetables. If you don't like vegetables, it's probably not your thing, but you can absolutely lose weight while you're still eating dairy and meat. You can. You just have to eat less of it, and a lot less. I think that was the thing that I loved most about the vegan lifestyle, is that you can eat a ton and lose weight. And since I'm an emotional eater and I'm trying to break that habit, that felt most right to me. So I could eat a huge salad and really feel full, instead of eating like a small sandwich and feel like I'm still starving, if that makes sense. If you prefer the sandwich, no judgment being passed at all. Anyway, friends, I just spent a long time talking about me being vegan. So let's talk about my weight and where I'm at. I just wanted to give you all the update on that. There's so much I learned, so much I plan on moving forward with, and I'll share more in other videos moving forward, but I just wanted to share the scoop on all of that. Now let's talk about my weight. When I started my vegan journey, and the last time I weighed in here on my channel, I weighed in at 312.8. Today, I got on the scale and I weigh exactly the same. And that is actually me being happy. When I started my vegan journey, I didn't want to just drop weight because I stopped eating dairy. I wanted to make sure I was maintaining my weight I was at, to show myself that I have found healthy alternatives that's going to allow me to be able to maintain my weight when I'm done losing weight. That was something I was really worried about in the beginning when I first started, and I did a lot of research behind it. And then the other thing is I didn't want to just lose all my weight, and then if I decided, okay, I'm done being a vegan, if I choose to do that, I didn't want to put it all back on again, because I didn't learn how to eat healthy, how to maintain, how to not gain, how to not lose too much. I wanted to find the balance. So I set a goal for myself over this last month, and then I went into a month and a half. So here I am, a little bit past that month goal. I wanted to make sure I was maintaining my weight, and I did. I am so excited because when I weighed in, I was at 312.8 pounds. Like, how crazy is that? And I will say that's after me eating throughout the day, and I was wearing jeans. So I'm probably, you know, a little bit less than what I actually was a month ago. But I stayed nourished. I stayed, you know, at the weight I was trying to. And I gotta tell you, I feel less swelling in my knees. My knees feel so much better. My knees were killing me a month and a half ago. My throat, all of this in here. Do you hear that? I can actually breathe. That was one of the things that I really struggled with when I was eating dairy. I could not breathe all through in here. It was so bad, and I feel so much better. I feel I have a lot more energy. I'm sleeping better at night. I'm not feeling like I'm gonna throw up all the time anymore. I'm not feeling like I have to hang out in the bathroom on the toilet for hours on end. I mean, I cannot tell you how much time I've gotten back because I made that switch. Okay, I'm not trying to sell anybody on being vegan. That's just what has happened for me. So I have maintained my weight, which has been what my goal was, and now comes the next best part. My next goal now moving forward is to not eat after 7, because throughout this last month and a half, I've let myself eat what I wanted to eat, when I wanted to eat it, and just trying to learn the balance of what was too much or what wasn't right for me while I was eating vegan. So now I get to not eat after 7, and I'm bringing back in my exercising. When I started my journey a month and a half ago, I decided to completely put a pin in it for the exercising. I did not want to feel weak, malnourished, cranky. I didn't want my family to hate me as I'm trying to become healthy. What's the point in that? I mean, that is not how I want to live my life. I want to be kind to the people I love the most. So I just focus solely on my food. And now after doing what I've done, I can work out again. Starting tomorrow morning, if you head over to Instagram, you'll see me. I will be doing my exercises. I will be getting back to my not eating after 7, all those good things. So I'm really looking forward to that because I really do enjoy working out. There is something about really just working out and sweating and getting all of that just junk out of your body from being stressed and anxious. I always feel better when I work out. I think that's the reason why I like it. Even though I'm winded, even though I'm going super slow because of the weight I'm at, I just like how I feel when I'm done, especially when you get a nice cool shower afterwards and you just feel so ready for the day. Anyway, if you're interested in that, come over to Instagram. You'll see me in the mornings when I'm checking in. I'm always saying, have you worked out yet? Come and work out with me. Get on your treadmills, get to your TVs, go for a walk, whatever it is. And then the last thing I wanted to share. I know this video is already long enough, but it's been so long since I've posted, so I thought I would just share one more thing. Friends, be kind to others and yourself. I cannot express how many comments I got over this last couple of months with me not posting here, where people are asking if I had fallen off of the wagon of my health journey. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not hurt or offended. I actually have very thick skin. That's not meant to be a joke because I'm overweight. I really do just have thick skin just because of where I was raised and grew up. But I just wanted to say, be cautious with words. You know, I don't think anyone had any bad intentions at all, but when you're asking if someone fell off the wagon, you just don't ever know what shoes people are walking in. I was the whole time working on health goals, and I just wasn't posting here because I wanted to make sure before I came back and I shared something with all of you, I wanted to be able to share something that was truth, that was helpful, that was worth your time. I didn't want to share anything on here that was fake or being like, oh yeah, I'm totally doing good and I'm losing weight and woo, success. Friends, that's not what I'm trying to do here. I want to show who I really am as a person, and I want to lose this weight the way God sees best for me to lose this weight, not in a crash diet. You're not going to see me drop in 30 pounds here in 1 month. That's not what my goal is. My goal is yes, I'd like to lose 10 pounds a month. And I still feel that I can very much so do that, especially now that my food is under control. But I just think words are so powerful. And I had some people leave comments on my last video. They're like, oh, don't worry, you fell off the wagon. It's okay, we've all been there. And well, to assume that I fell off the wagon when I didn't, I thought I just needed to address it. And then the next thing I wanted to address with the words is that remember to be kind to yourselves. I have read all of your comments. I don't always get a chance to respond to every comment because it's so hard to respond with this and my other channels. But I just wanted to just put it out there to be kind to yourself with your own words. I know that you are all struggling on your own journeys and it's not easy. We're all trying to overcome something that maybe was traumatizing, maybe the anxiety of stress of what happened last year. Maybe we lost a loved one and food is the thing that comforts us the most. I mean, there are so many layers that come to us as human beings. And I think it's so easy to rip ourselves up. And it's so important to remember that you're a child of God and that no matter how much you weigh or how little you weigh, God will always still love you. And He will always still be there cheering you on. I try so hard not to cry in every video. But I just want you all to know how important you are and what you're doing here on this earth matters. And the time we've been given is so precious. And I think that's the reason why I've put a pin in this channel the way that I did, because I really want to be very intentional with the things I'm sharing here. I don't want you ever to feel like I'm leading you down a path that's not right for you. And even though I'm taking the journey doesn't mean you have to do exactly what I'm doing. This is just what I'm doing, and I feel what's prompted and right for my body. So sweet friends, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, lift where you stand. Let's spend more time being cautious with our words and being kind to each other, because life is so tender and it's so fragile for very many of us out here in this world. Like I said, I'm okay if I get those comments. It's not the end of my day. I can see past them. Usually how it works is hurting people hurt people. I've seen that so much throughout my whole life. So I'm okay. I just wanted to make sure that you all understood that I did not fall off the wagon. I've been here. I've just been posting over on Instagram, and I've been working on becoming a vegan, and whew, that was a journey. Anyway, friends, this video is long enough. I hope you felt inspired today. I am going to be working out tomorrow morning, so come and find me over on Instagram. I'm going to link that account down below, but it's just Heidi Sonboul over on Instagram. You'll see me there on my stories sharing all the goods. Me in all my glory, frizzy hair, no makeup, first thing in the morning. And I think that's the reason why I feel so comfortable sharing myself here with no makeup on, is because, again, I want you to see me in my rawness. I don't want you to see me with my makeup and my hair all done. I mean, friends, that's not reality. I want you to see me in my everyday mom, hardworking woman life. I want you to see me as who I am, not all dolled up. That's not reality. I don't typically wear makeup in my home. In fact, whenever I do put makeup on, my kids usually will say to me, "Oh, are you filming something?" And they usually mean for my home channel or my DIY channel. This channel is meant to be raw and real. Anyway, I am so grateful for all of you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you felt inspired. And whatever your health journey is, remember to just keep taking one step at a time. Don't beat yourself up. Don't try to take steps that are so big that you are going to fail, because that's not what this whole thing is about. We have a lifetime to figure out how to treat ourselves, how to respect ourselves, and then we move forward, and then we give back to those around us by doing the same kind things, learning how to treat them and how to respect them, and we make a beautiful world from it. Okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I adore and love you all. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button if you're new, and give this video a thumbs up, because it really does help out this channel. That's it. I will see you all in the next episode, where I'm working out and I'm seeing how much I lost after this week into the next. Oh, I'm posting on Wednesdays. That's when you can expect a video from me. All right, see y'all next Wednesday. Bye, friends.